Hello and welcome back, guys. We're here for round 4 after being betrayed by one of our own, losing to Amulet of Vigor in the last match. So let's see if we can get our footing back here with another match. So let's go ahead and get this match underway. If you have not seen any of the previous ones, go ahead and check out match 1, where I do the deck tech and all of that glorious detail. I will see you guys in the games. Alright, we have our match. On the play again. I think that's 4 times in a row, to be honest. This hand would be fantastic if it had a bounce land. I mean, actually, it wouldn't even be that good because we'd have to play it out with a grazer and then spike a couple lands off the top, so this is definitely a mulligan. And this is the version of that last hand, lacking a Dryad, of course, but this is one that is keepable, so we'll keep. And I think we get rid of this Battlements. Doesn't really do anything on its own, so that's probably fine. And we'll lead the turn 1 grazer here, I think. And since we can just top deck a Dryad or Azusa and play it this upcoming turn thanks to bolting our Turn Temper Symbiosis in, let's not expose our bounce land, and maybe we pick up an Amulet to help reward that as well. And we'll just go ahead and name Giant with it. Gotta summon forth from your deck the card that it is that you want. And the card that we're looking for is Primeval Titan. Always. Sunbeam Spellbomb. Say what? Sacrifice it to gain 5 life, sacrifice it to draw a card. That's intriguing. Alright, let's lead off on an Explore here. If we draw another untapped source, we can get a second Explore. And of course we do that, so we'll fetch. And I have no clue what my opponent's doing over there, so let's just shock and set ourselves up for a potential Tolaria West transmutation. That's a word that I invented. As far as I know, that is not a real word. Okay. Yeah, let's play this Gruul Turf out and pick up this Turn Timber. So we have something to do, even if we don't have something to do, if you know what I mean. We'll pass it back. We have ramped extremely hard this game. We took 6 damage to do so as well. Was that our turn 2? Could it have been? We're up to 5 lands now. This is a turn 3 Titan kind of hand, which is ridiculous. If we draw a Titan, we can actually shock in or bolt in the Turn Timber again and just play Titan this upcoming turn, so there's that. Godless Shrine, okay. I have no clue what our opponent's doing over here. I have never seen a deck playing Sunbeam Spellbomb, I must say. It's gotta be some sort of Soul Sisters type life gain strategy. Okay. Let's just Vesuva our breeding pool so that we can transmute a Tolaria West and pass it back. I'm not sure if playing Gruul Turf would have let us cast Turn Timber this upcoming turn. Would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. Maybe that was a punt. 6. Yeah, maybe that was a punt. Titan off the top. Azusa. Okay. Well, let's play that one. Play out our Gruul Turf. Play out our Gruul Turf. We'll pick up and replay this Forest, I do suppose, and pass it back. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have a discard effect here. Maybe we should have held the Forest in hand so that we had something to discard if our opponent had something like a Liliana the Veil or whatever, and that way we don't have to pitch our Turn Timber Symbiosis, as it's looking like that's our only plan. Yeah, not really playing the best this game, but that's okay. Our opponent appears to be on nothing, so that's interesting. Let's leave up a red here so we can haste our Titan if we hit a Titan. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess that's over tapping by 1. Oh, no, it's not. We're playing a Turn Timber here, so we need 7 plus a red. Okay. Alright, let's just spike a Titan off the top. Come on. Titan in the top 7. Let's go. Actually, to be honest, I don't know if we want to haste a Titan. That is not anywhere close to a Titan. That's a yikes. Okay, so let's do do our little sad attack for 1 and pass it back. Or at least we know that if we had cast a Turn Timber a turn earlier, it still wouldn't have hit Titan, so. We'll sacrifice the Grazer, thanks. The one that's not a 3/6. And that Kaya's Guile feels real bad, because we can also just block the Spirit since our Grazer has a reach. The 3/6 Grazer, yeah, that one. Please attack. Not all people know that Grazer has reach. Our opponent knows what's up. They're savvy. Cavern Naming Angel, huh? I really don't know what our opponent's doing here, but you know what? We top deck the Titan, and that makes everything alright, so let's just play a Titan here, and we're definitely playing around Path to Exile. So we're getting Talari West and a Growth Chamber. I mean, I suppose we could get Talari West and, like, a field, but that doesn't really play around. Our Growth Chamber in a field would give us one. No, we only have 4 names in play currently. This Vesuva's trying to sketch me out here. Yeah, we'll go for Simic Growth Chamber and Talari West. And let's float with the Growth Turf, I suppose. We'll pick up the Vesuva and play as a copy of a Growth Chamber so we don't get blown out by a Ghost Quarter here. Do we just go ahead and pick up the Talari West now? I guess so. Play a Grazer. Now let's keep that one in hand for a potential Liliana of the Veil. Swing for 3. Actually, let's attack with the Azusa too. Let's just go to town here. Pressure that life total. You know what I'm saying? Archangel Avacyn. Did not expect that one. That one's gonna kill our Azusa. It wouldn't even kill our 3/6 massive Grazer here. Here we go. We have done our worst. The worst is yet to come, though, because we have a Titan backup. Just ready to go here. Should we play the slow game and let our second Titan set up a third Titan? Or do we just go for the haste on the second Titan and not play around double path? I guess that depends on if our opponent does anything to make us lose this Grazer, because they could easily have a path plus some sacrifice effect, like another Kaya's Guile or a Liliana of the Veil or something like that, so. While our opponent is doing the thing here, I'm going to go see if I can find on MTG Goldfish a deck list that plays Sunbeam Spellbomb in Modern. Let's make sure that we're yielding to our opponent's turn here. And yielding through our opponent's turn as well. Well, I'm only seeing Commander decks using Sunbeam Spellbomb, so no useful information here. Not blocking our opponent's flyers, of course. Resplendent Angel. At the beginning of each end step, if you gained 5 or more life, make a 4/4 white angel creature token with Flying Vigilance, and pay 6. It gets +2/+2 in lifelink. So our opponent can do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage to us this upcoming turn. We can block with a Grazer if we still have a Grazer around to block. We also got the Summoners Pact here for a Dryad, so that might just be lethal. We can transmute Talari West for a bounce land, or just get Valakut plus a bounce land and pick up the Vesuva. Interesting. I think we start off, let's see, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. Is that right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can transmute Talari West and play a Dryad, and that'll put us down to 5. So we're 1 short of having Titan mana here. I suppose if we play a Dryad and it doesn't work out, then our Titan attack trigger can get a Crumbling Vestige and a bounce land, so we can pick up our Vesuva and play it as a copy of Crumbling Vestige, so we can Summoners Pact for and play a second Titan. I don't know, though. That's kind of sketch. It's kind of a weird spot. If we just play another Titan here, then what happens? I think just playing another Titan here is going to be the best line. Because if we play a Dryad and plan for some Valakut triggers to make things happen here, then... I mean, we probably still won't just be dead since we can gain 2 life from a Radiant Fountain if we have to. Let's go for the Titan, though, I think. See, this is 4, 5, 6, plus a red haste. Okay. Let's just go for the Titan. And we can haste it here by getting a Bounce Land and the Hanweir. Picking up the Hanweir and playing it for turn, of course. So here's our Hanweir battlements. And any Bounce Land is fine. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Rot Farm, I suppose. Sure. Diversity of names for field seems good, so... Here's the battlements. And we will haste the new Titan. Alright. They do have a path. That's fine. Do they have double path here? That would be pretty embarrassing. We're still not dead if they have double path. Okay. Well, I'm definitely very glad that we went for another Titan here. We get to conserve our Tolari West here. Well, we're not attacking. I don't think we're playing around something like Liliana of the Veil. I don't think we can afford to, because a kill spell on our Grazer just destroys us here, so we have to play our second Grazer. No choice. We do still have this Tolari West in reserve here, so... We have more Titans where the first two came from. Our opponent could potentially have had an additional attacker here if they had sacrificed their Spellbomb to gain 5, right? I don't know. Elspeth's Son's Nemesis. Okay. Gonna give 2 creatures +2/+1 until end of turn. I mean, we have blockers, so... Okay. That's fine, I guess. Do we throw this Grazer under the bus? I don't think we do. Because it insulates us from another Kaya's Guile, or something along those lines. If we take 5 down to 4 here, then we could risk dying to an Alpha Strike here, though. Ugh, it's a rough spot, because all of our opponent's creatures are flying. I don't know. Let's just, You know what? Let's play around nothing. Let's just take no damage. I guess an Engineered Explosives on 0 means that we get to survive this upcoming turn if they don't have a kill spell. This is quickly getting very difficult. Let's see, this one didn't have lifelink, so our opponent would have to sacrifice their spell bomb in order to get an angel here. So you don't have to worry about that. They do sacrifice the spell bomb, so they're not holding up a path. Of course, I wasn't going to be playing around a third Path to Exile if our opponent just happened to have it. Alright, let's pay for our Summoner's Pact here, of course. And we'll pay like this. Garenbrig. Yikes. So we could... We don't even have a Valakut in play, so pacting for Dryad doesn't do anything. We just have to pact for Titan. There's really not much else about it. We do have a second Tolaria West here to get off of our Titan trigger, so we'll cast this. Is there a better way to tap this? Let's, 5, 6, 7. Leave a blue up. I don't think we can transmute Talari West this turn anyways, so let's just do it this way. This way we get to haste our Titan still, right? Okay. So what are we getting here? Definitely a Valakut. Probably Valakut and Field? Valakut and Radiant Fountain makes sense too. And then on our attack, our attack has to get... I think it has to be Valakut and Bounce Land, and then Talari West and Bounce Land, so that we can have a Bounce Land ready to go with our Valakut this upcoming turn. Let's see, if we do that, we get to block the Archangel, and we take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're not quite dead, unless our opponent has a removal spell, in which case we need to get Radiant Fountain. I think our only choice here is to get Valakut and Bounce Land, and Talari West and Bounce Land, so that's what I'm going to go for. We'll pick up the Vesuva here. We'll haste our Titan. We'll attack with it. Attacking them. We could also attack the Elspeth, so we don't have to worry about the additional 2 damage. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we have to attack the Elspeth here because they're forced to block it or be left 1 short of lethal on us. Okay, so yes. And here we get Talari West and Bounce Land, right? I think that's the best option. And we'll get another Growth Chamber here, so we definitely have the ability to transmute our Talari West this upcoming turn. We need to pick up the T-West here, of course, so that we can use none of our precious Dryad land drops just in picking up a Talari West. So, and we'll see what they do here. They might put 2 Angels in front of our Titan to trade with it, which makes sense. I think that we'll be able to decimate their board with Dryad to the point that they probably can't come back from it, even if they kill our Titan here. So I don't know. We'll see. Okay, they let it go through. That's probably good news for us. Here we can play Vesuva. Nah, we don't want to play Vesuva. I don't know if we want to play any lands, to be honest. Nah, we can afford to play the Garanbrig, I think. Yeah, we'll play the Garanbrig. Cashing in the Tome to Scry one. Isn't that just strictly worse than drawing one? I guess they're thinking that they might need to activate the ability of Resplendent Angel here. That'd be 5. Plus 4 is 9, 10. So that would be lethal if they activated Resplendent. No, we block the 5 and take exactly 9. Ugh, man. This is so close in a lot of ways that are not very nice. I think our opponent has lethal on us with their Resplendent Angel. Sadly. I don't know. We'll see what they do here. If they draw something that entices them to cast something instead of activating the Angel, then we win here. I think. I don't know. We lose to a lot of things. We lose to a kill spell. We lose to the Resplendent Angel that's on board if our opponent sees the line. What else? I don't know. We'll see what our opponent does here. Yeah, they're casting something. Lyra. We probably lose to that too. 9, 10. Yeah, we lose to that one as well. Alright, well, let's let them attack. They didn't attack with the Spirit? That's still lethal. Okay, whatever. Over it. No big deal. Let's go to sideboarding. Alright, so we want Dismembers, obviously. Probably want Beast Withins. Our opponent could have Ashiok, but this also hits their big, splashy Angels for relatively low cost. Do we want Explosives? I think probably not. Based on what we saw, a lot of their impactful stuff is at 4 or 5 mana, something like that. So probably not on the explosives. We might be playing against discard, so we want to board out the Pact Negation. I don't think Bajuga Bog is relevant. Grazer is a poor top deck. It does chump block an Angel for a turn, but I don't think that we will usually be losing to Angels, to be honest. The explosives can go. The Garenbrig can go. Maybe a second Grazer. Could trim a Summoner's Pact, but I don't really like that. Let's just get another Grazer out of here. And run it back this way. We can out mid-range our opponent, most likely. Especially with several answers to their heavy hitters, so... Right, we will play first. Yeah, this hand looks like a keep to me. If we spike a bounce land or any 2 lands off the top, then we have a Titan early. Not on schedule. No turn 6 Titans here. I mean, okay, I won't say we'd never cast turn 6 Titan. Sometimes against John, that's just what you gotta do. Alright, let's get our field out of the way. So that we can lose our amulet and still have an untapped source ready to go. And we'll explore. Of course. Radiant Fountain. Let's play the Garenbrig so we can top deck a bounce land and cast our Titan next turn. I almost got caught up in potentially getting value from gaining 2 and then picking up the Radiant Fountain with a bounce land, but let's actually just do the thing that lets us cast Titan this turn. Yeah. And we can afford to cast a Azusa here as well. Unless our opponent is playing literally Slaughter Pact, then we should be good to just jam an Azusa here as well, so... We can play Fountain into Growth Chamber and still be able to activate Garenbrig, so that's what I'm going to do. Although I do believe I'm probably picking up the Growth Chamber anyways for potential Valakut shenanigans. And also for use with Field of Dead, so it's whatever. Here's Titan. Here he comes. End of play. We get to haste it since our opponent is not even holding up Path to Exile. Free is free, you know what I'm saying? And then we're obviously going to be playing around... I mean, we don't have to play around Path to Exile since we have a Summoner's Pact, but I think we should. We can play around a lot of things. We already have Damping Sphere covered. I don't really put my opponent on Splashing Blood Moon out of the sideboard kind of person, so probably not playing around that. Let's get a Talari West. Maybe just another bounce land so we can pick up a Talari West with the bounce land and not have lost anything. Yeah, let's go with another Growth Chamber. Get our zombies. I mean, we have to pick up a Growth Chamber here anyways, though, right? I don't think we have another land drop remaining, sadly. I guess we could pack for a Dryad and play it. We'd have 4... We'd die to our own pack trigger, specifically if we got removal spelled on our Dryad, so I guess not. Let's just pick up the Talari West, I suppose. This way we have a Ghost Quarter covered as well. Alright. Here go. Do your worst. I suppose we don't want to 5 here in case our opponent has a Inquisition. No, actually, since we Summoner's Pacted, we can't cast the second Summoner's Pact, as we die to our pack trigger, so never mind. We're definitely Yuling. That was a pretty good turn, I think. What do you think? Put it in the comments if you thought that was a pretty good turn. Turn, not term. Alright, the powerful play of make you sacrifice your zombie and gain 4 life. This guy is a first striker, not a double striker, so we can easily attack into that one, no big deal. So here's a Summoner's Pact for a Dryad. Here's the playing of said Dryad. and the attacks. Just the Titan. Don't want to lose a bunch of our extra land drops from our Zusa here. Thought we yielded to this. I could be wrong. Yes. Second Valakut and a Vesuva. Easy. Copy of Bounce Land. Growth Chamber first. We're gonna save targets these Valakut triggers at our opponent's face. Amulet. Amulet. Field. Field. The Valakut's auto stack. Always yes. Always yes. Always yield. Always yield. We're not going to be playing any additional amulets this game, so let's just yield to those two. Alright, let's just pick up the Vesuva here. Alright, you can, does this have lifelink? I don't think it matters, but yeah, it does not matter, actually. Alright, Vesuva copying Valakut. Stack these triggers first, and the rest will follow automatically. Okay. Excuse me. So that was pretty straightforward. That's how we like to do it. Yeah, let's just run it back. For what it's worth, I think that Lone Rider is a pretty cool card. It's one of my brother's favorite cards, actually. This is an interesting hand. We need to draw some additional lands, but other than that, it has what it needs. If we draw a forest off the top, then we get a turn 2 Dryad, and that's pretty nice. I guess we get a little bit blown out by Ghost Quarter, but I think it's good enough. Forest off the top. Let's go. Forest. Forest. That's not a forest. Alright, Garenbrig go. I mean, we have all the Titans in the world ready to go. We just need to top deck some lands. I guess we could have also drawn a Turn Timber and been able to turn to our Dryad here, but it's whatever. Alright, Grazer. Get on out there. Do what you do. We'll get our Growth Chamber into play here. Of course, setting up for it, transmuting Tolaria West. And play out this Garenbrig and pass it back. If we draw an Amulet, we have a Titan this turn. So there's that. In fact, we can go up a lot of mana by Summoners packing for more copies of Grazer. I think, no, we only have 2 copies in deck, right? I lost round 5 of the last league because I Summoners packed for a Grazer that wasn't there. So I don't want to repeat that mistake. Trying to avoid that. Alright, let's play a land out, play a Dryad out, play a Gruul Turf out. Pick up our Hanweir, I suppose. And if we play the Hanweir this turn, that means that we can have our Titan haste itself this upcoming turn. So I'm going to go ahead and throw out a Grazer to get this Hanweir in play. That's assuming we lose our Dryad as well, so... So, in case you were wondering, the way that we get our Titan to haste itself this upcoming turn, even if we lose Dryad, is by activating Garenbrig to make Titan, leaving Hanweir open, and our Titan trigger gets a Crumbling Vestige to make the red to activate our Hanweir and one other random land, and we can immediately haste our Titan. And that's the plan, but don't need to go to all those lengths here. Let's just put a Titan into play. In fact, actually, we're still going to use that same line since we can get Valakut and Crumbling Vestige and be able to get some triggers with our Dryad, so if our opponent has a path for our Titan, we're still getting something out of it, other than 2 lands. Which, admittedly, 2 lands is pretty good. I'm not complaining about that, but... Our opponent is thinking about this Primeval Titan, possibly thinking about life. I don't mean to insult our opponent's deck by any means either. I think that if you want to play whatever you want to play in Modern, as long as you're having fun doing it, then go for it. If you want to play a Black-White Angels life gain deck, I love it. I support it. I don't necessarily think that it'll be the most competitive, but I mean, that's not what it's about sometimes. Especially, as I say oftentimes on my channel, I'm here to produce content for you that you can learn from or be entertained from. And admittedly, I do prefer when I'm doing better in leagues and whatnot. It makes me feel more secure in posting my content if it shows me doing well. But I also very frequently post content where I go 2-3 in a league, 1-4. I don't know if I've ever posted a 1-4 because I don't often go 1-4. But if I did go 1-4 and it was entertaining, I would still post it. So we are playing a deck that is very capable of doing quite well in general, but I don't fault anybody for wanting to play something for fun. So we'll use our Titan ability here, of course, getting the Crumbling Vestige so we can haste. And a bounce land would let us start triggering Valcuts and stuff repeatedly. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Let's just go with a Growth Chamber. Could get a, could have gotten a not Grulturf, the Golgari one, a Golgari Rot Farm in order to make some diversity for our potential Field of the Dead, but I'm not really worried about it. Alright, now we get Valakut, and maybe just double Valakut, since we can pack for 2 Dryads and just go crazy. I mean, I'm kind of into that. Yeah, let's just go with double Valakut. It'll punish us if our opponent has exactly Leyline of Sanctity, but even then we still get to attack with our Titan, so. I will say our opponent probably should have at least waited for us to search with our Titan trigger to counter the Dryad triggers, since we'd probably get Crumbling Vestige and Valakut. That would have locked in one of our land choices, but it's fine. Alright, Dryad. Here he goes. I suppose this is a case where Tribe Scout would be strictly better than our Grazers here, since if our opponent has removal for the Dryad, we can always activate these. If they were Scouts, we could activate them and put Grulturf into play in response to like a removal spell for our Dryad or something, so there's that. They also allowed us to get to the position where we're at now by ramping our Titan out fast. ASAP fast, you might say. Path the Dryad. You got it. We'll search for a regular forest. Swing. We'll get a Vesuva copying Valakut. And Field of the Dead. Because I like it. Alright, now we pack for a second Dryad, and our opponent will be sad. I suppose they could have another removal spell, but then they still have to deal with our entire board state, so. Alright. Well, that is the match, and it was a fun one, I will say. What is going on? Oh, this is from the last match where... No, wait, no, this was from this match, wasn't it? Man, this was a... Wait. Yeah. Wow, that was a long match. I'm confusing myself. So anyways, that was match 4. We are currently 3-1. That is a pretty good record. Of course, like I said, it's not really about the record here. It's about the learning. It's about the entertainment and the experience. So if you liked what you saw, if you like my videos, then go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Support